Well, good morning, viewers. I had a question on one of my YouTube videos, and I thought the best way to answer this question was with a video. Terry says, "Thank you. I have been watching many of your vids lately. You are very natural and real." Well, don't watch my earlier videos, Terry, because it's taken me a long time to get comfortable in front of the camera, but thank you. May I ask how long you've been into Indian? Why? Please, why? You obviously prefer them over HD. I am very seriously considering the Scout Bobber, Red Tech 25k, $25,000 Australian, because the Indian was to me out of sight, out of mind. I never saw them ever at Peter Stevens, which is a big dealer in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, nor seen many on the roads. I now love them. Thank you. All the very best. 65-year-old in Melbourne. Now, I do like Indian. Well, I love Indian now that I've owned one and have had a bit of experience test riding them in the different models. But, I'm not averse to Harley. In fact, if Indian motorcycle in Ballarat hadn't opened up when it did, I'd probably be riding a Harley right now. I'd readily own a Harley. I think they're a great motorcycle. I have nothing against them at all. But with Indian motorcycle opening up in Ballarat, I was like you. I saw them on the roads occasionally. I always liked what I saw, and I did sit on the Victories in the early days, and I always liked how they felt a bit more roomy for taller riders than the Harleys did. Like especially the Harley touring line, I find more cramped than the Indian touring line. So for a taller rider, I always liked the Victory, and then the Indians always felt a little bit rangier in the frame. So that was appealing to me. And then when I got to sit on the bikes at the Indian Motorcycle Ballarat dealer and then test ride the bikes, the more I looked, the more I liked, and the more I rode, I got very enamoured with the Indian motorcycle brand. Now, there was still a question in my head as to reliability. What are these bikes going to be like long term? Because Harley have been doing it continuously longer than Indian, because Indian had a break there where, the company closed down decades ago and then was started up again relatively recently, in the last 10, 20 years, whatever it is. And so there was always that question in my mind, what are they going to be like for reliability and things like that. That's very comfortably been put to rest. Now that I've actually owned an Indian, I'm very, very comfortable with the build quality. I find it impressive, and the way the bike rides, the way the bike performs, the styling. I just love everything about it. On the recent demo day that Indian Motorcycle Ballarat had, I spoke to Bernie, one of the guys I took on a test ride of the new Scout, the Scout 101 to be precise. And I asked Bernie, what he thought of the bikes and what he thought of Indian. And Bernie was a Harley rider, and I hope he doesn't mind me sharing what he said to me. And I asked him what he thought of Harley versus Indian, because he went from a Harley-Davidson Lowrider S to the Indian Sport Chief. And Bernie said, and I'm going to have to paraphrase, I can't remember word for word, but he said basically that across the board, the Indian Chief was a better bike than his Lowrider S in terms of fit, finish, styling, performance, the way it rode, etc. But the Harley had more scope for customization and modifications and engine performance, and so if you were looking for outright performance and really wanted to spend some money on your bike to get it going hard, then Harley's definitely still the way to go. But if you want a bike which is great out of the box and really nice out of the box, performs really well out of the box, handles really well out of the box, then Indian's the way to go. And I think that's the gist of what I got from Bernie. I can't remember word for word, but that's the gist. And again, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this with you guys. And I think that's my takeaway too, because I did sit on a Lowrider ST at the dealership probably 6 months ago. And again, I sat on, I felt a little bit more cramped on that bike. And also just looking at the fit and finish of, what I was seeing in front of me, I just felt that the Indian was better finished. Seemed to me to be of a higher quality in just finish from what I was seeing. I'm not talking about paint. Paint I found equal, but like the just the castings and the risers and the clamps and the bar finish and things like that. I just liked what I was seeing better on the Indian. And I think that's the takeaway there for me. For some people, the Harley's going to be a better bike. They're going to get more out of it than the Indian. For other people, they're going to probably like the Indian better. It comes down to what I keep telling people. People tell me, should I buy a Harley or should I buy an Indian? Check them both out. Test ride them both and pick the bike that works best for you. I mean, we're all different. We're all different body proportions. We all have different interests. We all have different tastes. And I think in this case, there really is no right or wrong. It's just a case of picking which you like best. I think that's the takeaway. But having said that, if you're a long-term Harley guy and it's always been Harley, definitely look at the Indian. Check it out. It doesn't hurt to have a look. It's not going to cost you anything. And just explore that side. And then if you decide, no, Harley's still the way to go for me, fantastic, buy a Harley. Buy what you really want. This is all about what you want, not what guys like me say or what we do. It comes down to what do you want and what's best for you. I did see a video this morning actually on YouTube where a guy was comparing the Scout to the Chief line, and this particular guy is into horsepower and revving a bike out and riding in that sort of manner. And yep, for sure, the new Scout's the way to go over the Chief. But if you're like me, just like torque, you like grunt, you like just being able to just give a little bit of throttle and take up to 3,000 RPM, change gear, and be moving at a brisk pace. The 116 is superior in my mind to the new Scout if you're looking for that sort of performance. If you are looking for, I agree with this guy, if you are looking for a more spirited ride and you like to rev it out and feel that top end acceleration, then 100% the Scout's the way to go over the Chief if you're looking for something in the Indian lineup. But anyway, back on topic. That's why I went Indian. Thank you very much for your question, Terry. I thought it's just going to take too long for me to type it up, and this way more people get to see my response rather than just a comment in the comments section. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know, and I might do that if I get a question that I think would help if I answer it via video so more people get to see the answer. I'll do that again in the future. I'm going to go out now and just do a little bit of work on my Reinhardt slip-ons. I want to check the wadding I'll put into it and just see how it's settled down over time, because I did use a packaging tape just to tape it up, which is what they suggest. And I want to see how that's faring, and I want to see if I can actually squeeze a little bit more wadding in there to make it just a little bit more quieter. So that's the project for today. I might make a little video on that. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and I'll make it an upcoming video. Catch you later, guys. Bye for now.